Hey YouTube, what's going on? I hadn't made a video in quite a while. It's been several months, probably like 4 or 5. I've actually been making videos. Um, I just haven't uploaded any of them. Haven't got around to editing, which was my major holdup on making YouTube videos in the past. I just too lazy to edit. Got all these projects going on, but I figured right now is a good time to make a video and actually upload it because I've got several projects going on right now. One is about to leave. I'm just starting another one. And so I just kind of wanted to make a quick little general update video of all the stuff that's going on. So y'all can see right now I'm sitting inside of a 12 valve second gen. If you know the seats and non-opening rear door pillar trim. So I'm going to jump right into it and just show y'all what's going on. Just a quick little video. So the two trucks I wanted to show y'all today, we have Peyton's 96 12 valve 6-speed compound turbo build. It's like 800 or 900 horse. And then I have this Cummins swap that I'm just starting up. It is a 1968 crew cab international harvester, and we'll get to that in a minute. But I just wanted to show y'all this truck. It's a friend of mine that I've been building over the past, I guess, year and a half now. It is a 12 valve Cummins P-pump, compound turbos. It's got a fully balanced rotating assembly, some kind of pistons, D&J, stage 2 or 3 head, big injectors, lots of timing, compound turbos, 2 S400s. It's got an NV5600 in it with a Valair ceramic dual disc clutch, 5-inch exhaust. It rips pretty good. He's about ready to come pick it up. All I lack is putting the front drive shaft in and running his breather hoses off of the billet tappet cover. But y'all can see this is a pretty clean interior truck. Got a dash cover on it. It's not cracked. I got his gauges ran. We've been waiting on the gauges to get run, and we have an Edge Insight CTS2 down there that it just won't communicate with the OBD1. We got 3 more gauges or 3 more parameters we're trying to monitor on it, but it just won't communicate with the OBD1 system this old truck has. But yeah, it runs pretty good. It'll make 100 pounds of boost and just absolutely rip the tires off and blow the intercooler boots to pieces. So I got his pump turned way down right now. It'll make about 50 pounds of boost with the pump turned down, and doesn't hardly smoke any while you're cruising. And yeah, just a nice fun little daily driver, 800-900 horse 12 valve build. And then on this thing, this belongs to a guy, his name's Clayton. He's out of San Angelo, Texas. He finds a lot of old swept line Dodges and crew cab Internationals that he buys and sells and trades. And he wanted me to do a Cummins swap on this thing. Like I said, it's a 68 International. I think they're called Travelettes or Travelalls, something like that. But it's not got a single bit of rust on it anywhere. It's been in storage for the last 30 years. So it's got 200,000 miles on it, 197. But the interior is clean. If you hook a battery up to it, everything works. Even the dome lights still come on. Radio works. All the gauges work. It's missing that door handle and like one other small thing. I can't even remember what he said. Yeah, there's no rust in the floor pans. Floor pans are clean all the way around. No rust in the rockers or cab corners. And it's got this pretty cool little camper on it. It's like a service utility bed, but it's built to be a camper. And you know, it's old, it's from the 60s. It's been on the truck since it was brand new. And he's having me put a 12 valve Cummins in it, and him and his family are gonna take it on camping trips and whatnot. He brought it to me somewhat running and driving. You gotta run the hose down into a tank of gas and you put a battery in it, fires right up, it'll idle. I think the throttle pedal was stuck, so you can only idle it around. It was a 4-speed on the floor, and it's got some kind of V8 in it. I don't know anything about these old International motors. I couldn't tell you what size it is. I just know it has 8 spark plugs. But we got the trans out. I had a buddy come over the other day. He offered to pull the trans for me. So it's down on the trans jack. We didn't even really need to pull it. Could have just pulled it out with the motor. I'm gonna pull the whole front clip off because I got to get down to the frame rails and stuff to fab up mounts for the Cummins. But this is the 12 valve over here that's going in it. P-pump. It's got a common rail manifold and turbo on it. And he has no idea what's done to this motor. I think he got it on a trade or something like that. All he knows is that it runs. Don't know, I mean, that's an HE, what, 341 or 351 turbo. Didn't know what injectors, didn't know what's done to the pump, although it does still have the security wire on the governor springs, and the little tamper-proof screw on the AFC has never been messed with. So it might be an all original pump. Looks that way, but who knows what timing, injectors, and all that it's got. Probably fairly stock for the most part. You would think, seeing all the security tamper-proof stuff on the pump still in place, but then you see the common rail turbo on it, and you're like, something's going on here. But it's just missing little stuff like the oil fill cap. It's missing one valve cover bolt. Little stuff like that. It's got all the, fuel pump and power steering, everything's there. Missing the throttle cable and whatnot. But for the most part, it's a fully dressed engine, hardly missing anything. Adapter plate and flex plate. And then this is the trans that's going to go in it. It's a 48 RE out of a 3rd gen. I couldn't tell you what year it's out of. It's a good trans, supposed to be nothing wrong with it, but I'm going to have to take it to a trans shop for the tail housing. We're going to go 4-wheel drive. So I'm going to have to get all those clutch packs and everything in that tail housing swapped over to a 4-wheel drive tail housing. And I believe he's got a MP205 transfer case that he still needs to get to me. I think we're going to meet up here in a few weeks so he can drop that off to me. But yeah, it's going to get that 12 valve, it's going to get that 48, and an MP205. I think we're going to go married transfer case, not divorced. Well, obviously, because we're putting a 4-wheel drive tail housing on it. So it'll be a married transfer case. And then he's going to run a full manual valve body for that trans. And the only reason he's going full manual valve body, like I said, is because this was a manual truck. Had a manual transmission on the floor. And so we're going to build the full manual valve body ratchet shifter off of that hole. That way we don't have to fab up any kind of selector deal up here and then still have that hole in it. So it's just going to get a full manual valve body with a ratchet shifter, with a stand built that'll cover that hole and kind of look, I'll make it look clean. But as far as trans wise, it's not gonna be any crazy horsepower engine, no full billet trans, nothing like that. It's just gonna be relatively stock, nice reliable power, not like this one over here where it's almost 1,000 horsepower and blowing the tires off. He just wants this one to run and drive for now. He might bump the power up eventually, but he's just looking for something to take the family camping with right now. And all I have to do is get that motor and trans in there and get it to run and drive, probably just about how he dropped it off to me, just idle around, because he wants to do like all the other restoration stuff himself, like as far as interior goes, like all the gauges, they'll just hook back up with all the original wiring that's on this engine that's in here. I'll just transfer all those sensors onto the Cummins motor. But like as far as interior and dash wise go, he's going to do all that stuff himself. We are putting it on a set of 1-ton axles out of a 3rd gen Cummins, which I have them sitting over there in my parts pile. But yeah, it should be pretty simple. I've been kind of dragging my feet on it. I told him I'd have the motor out already, and I haven't, because I kind of wanted to make this YouTube video first, and I'm going to get all this stuff documented pretty well, video wise for you guys, because I don't No one ever really come and swap these old Internationals. A few people have done it, but I don't think there's hardly any videos of it on YouTube. So next thing would be I'm gonna pull the front clip off and get that gas motor out of there, and then I'm not gonna put that motor in it yet. I have a bare block, just a bare Cummins block I'm gonna set in here because it's a lot lighter, easier to move around. So I can get all my measurements off of it for engine mount and radiator clearance wise, and see what radiator intercooler we need to get. And I'm gonna get it Cummins swapped first, and then I'll do the axles after that. But yeah, it's a pretty clean rig, not all rusted out and stuff like you see most of them. I guess these don't really have a drip rail above the windshield, but you know, no roof rot or anything. Like I said, it's been in storage for, I think he said 25 or 30 years. And then I'll show you all my new trailer I got, which is actually his. I traded it for him for my labor to do that Cummins swap. He just gave me his trailer. The Cummins, I don't know if you guys have seen the Cummins. I've posted about it on the Instagram, but 99 F250, it's been wrecked. It's had a cab swap. It's a 99, it's got a 2000 cab. I put a 05, 06 coil spring front end under it. Me and a buddy built this. This was his high school truck. We built it back in 2017 or 18. It's been a couple years now. But it's a Lariat, full leather interior. It's got 6'4" seats in it. Show you guys under the hood. It's just a P-pump 24 valve. You can see 60 something millimeter turbo, like a 64 or 66. Got 150 or 200 Ducky SAC injectors in it. I think it's a 175 pump. 20 something degrees of timing. I don't know. It runs great. It's really fast. It's got a billet trans in it, built by a local guy here, just a local shop. Standalone controller from Fire Punk, triple disc converter, billet input, heavy duty clutch packs, all that good stuff. And actually I backed it into a telephone pole a few months ago, and I had to get another bed for it. I got a 2015 tailgate and rear bumper and receiver hitch because all that got tore up. I backed into a telephone pole. But this is the trailer, 2017 load trail, triple axle car hauler. And he wasn't using it anymore. That guy, Clayton, that owns that, he wasn't using it anymore. He got a gooseneck to replace it. So he offered to trade it to me for my labor on that project. So we went for that. It's got 6 rims that match. This is the only one right here that doesn't match. But I have one out there on one of my other trailers. It's my dad's hay trailer. He said I could have a matching rim off of it because he said he doesn't care what rims are on his old hay trailer. But I'll have all 6 matching rims, and I got to get a set of 14 ply tires for it, and then little stuff like that crack and dent and the where it's bowed down and the fender and little stuff like that. But yeah, it's a pretty good trade for me doing that Cummins swap on that. It's got a working winch. We actually used it the other day. Me and my buddy went and picked up a dune buggy on it, little Volkswagen dune buggy. But yeah, really happy with the trailer. Cummins is great. Peyton's truck's almost done, and I'm gonna start on that. Well, I guess I've already started on the International, but probably get the motor pulled out of it tomorrow. So yeah, guys, that's about everything that's going on. Nothing too crazy, you know, just Cummins swaps as usual, full builds and whatnot. Just wanted to give y'all a little update, and I won't drag my feet on editing and uploading this video because it's just a one part. But yeah, y'all stay tuned. I'm going to be gooseneck swapping that trailer because I don't like bumper pulls. I'll be cutting that off. I already had a friend of mine's dad come over here that knows all about trailers and stuff, and he gave me some pointers and measurements on it. I got a hitch for it over here. Already got a brand new gooseneck insert for it. I have a tongue. I got an old rusty tongue out in the pasture. It doesn't have any, it's just got a bunch of surface rust on it. I gotta sandblast it and paint it. I'm gonna put that new hitch insert on it and get it welded up on that trailer. Get some measurements. But yeah, Peyton's truck, it'll be done probably tomorrow. I'm just waiting on, like I said, I gotta put the front drive shaft in still and run his breather hoses from his tappet cover. And for the drive shaft, I need bolts, and the tappet cover, I need some fittings. So, and I can't get in. It's actually Christmas today. I've been trying to knock all this stuff out over the holidays, and I can't get any of that stuff today because everything's closed for Christmas. But I'll have all that stuff tomorrow, and I'll have to get with Peyton and see when he wants to come pick it up, or me take it to him. I can't really take it to him. I don't have a truck right now. The Cummins has a bad coolant leak. And my gray truck is not here. That's a whole story on the gray truck. It's gone for now, for a while, probably for a month or two. I won't have it. It left me stranded the other day. 2 years of ownership. That's the second time it's left me stranded. First time wasn't too bad. It blew the head gasket because I put compound turbos on it. But this time it's just out of nowhere. I was kind of knew something was going on with it, but wasn't really expecting it to happen right when it did. But it left me stranded about 3 hours from home. So it's somewhere right now getting some work done to it that I can't do myself, which is hardly anything, which is why it really left me stranded bad, because it was something I can't fix myself. But not motor, not trans. I just did a whole new new clutch, transfer case, drive shaft, and I did a whole new front end on it. And all that stuff's still good. The motor's still good. It's just some things happened to it, so it's gone for a while. That'll be a whole nother video, another post. But yeah, just want to make this quick video for you guys, let y'all know what was going on. So y'all stay tuned. This one will be leaving, and I'll be making a whole bunch more videos on this one, and then, you know, just general stuff going on with the Cummins and whatever I go and pick up on the trailer and whatnot. But yeah, I'll talk to y'all guys later. See ya.